Hey everyone, my name is Melody. Welcome to my channel where we talk about responsible consumerism by the way of project pans, no-buys, and tips on how you can be the most ethical consumer you can be. Today I have my 1 month no-buy update and check-in. I don't know that I'm going to film these every month, but since it's early on, I've definitely come to grips with some things and had some realizations that I wanted to update you all on. And moving forward, we'll see how often I need to do these updates. One of the things that I realized is that I actually want to update my no-buy rules, and I think that's pretty common when you first get into no-buys. There's some things that you don't think about, so you don't know that you need rules for them, and then maybe there's some rules that aren't helpful or maybe we're too restrictive or something. So I've done some thinking on updated rules for my no-buy. I've also done some thinking on my hall passes. So I need to come up with updated videos for those. I'll probably combine it into one video, and I'm going to share a few things right now as far as updates regarding those things, because I want to be on record as having updated those rather than retroactively updating them after I've done something, like purchased something or something along those lines. So be on the lookout for that upcoming video, but for right now, the updates that I want to say are for rules and hall passes. So specifically for hall passes, there are some that I can probably get rid of, but I don't think I'm going to because I want an easy win. Easy victory, I think that'll be good for me. As in, if I don't cash in on a hall pass, then that's a victory. Not cashing in isn't not a victory, but not cashing in is a victory, if you follow me there. The one thing that I want to update or add to it is I forgot that I had, for like 2 years now, I've been searching for a jacket to replace a jacket I had to get rid of. So I had a pleather moto jacket and I wore it all the time in transitional weather, and it started peeling, so I had to get rid of it. But now I have that hole in my jacket wardrobe and I just haven't been able to fill it. I came close, very close actually, because I had gotten a few boxes from Evereve's subscription service. I'm blanking on what it's called right now, Trendsend or something like that. They had sent me a jacket that was adorable and the style was exactly right, but it was canvas. It was really cute, but it was like a stone color and I wanted something a little bit darker. Even though I loved the way it looked, I just felt like I would get it dirty too easily, and I don't know that it met my standards for ethical practices in manufacturing. So I sent that one back. It was going to be, I think it was a cost of $80, but I would have used my $20 credit that I had prepaid for their service. So it would have been another $60 out of pocket. And I am willing to spend that much for the perfect coat, but it wasn't the perfect, I should say, jacket. It wasn't the perfect jacket. So if it was like $40 total, I probably would have gotten it, but it wasn't worth compromising on those things if I had to pay an additional $60 for it. So that jacket will be an added hall pass. One of the rules that I want to update is, prior to going into this no-buy year, I had a rule with my FabFitFun, subscription boxes in general, that in terms of add-ons and adding additional customizations, I had a $50 budget and I didn't stick to it. I totally broke that rule. I'm embarrassed about how much I spent for the winter box. I even got 2 winter boxes and added things on to both of those. So, plus the add-ons. Anyway, so I'm going to reinstate my $50 limit, but I'm actually going to stick to it now. So that's going to be put into, I don't really consider that a hall pass. It's more of a rule or a boundary that I'm setting in place for this challenge, the no-buy year. So That'll be something that you guys will have the duty of keeping me accountable for, although I really do feel like I'm fine and I will be able to handle that right now. And the reason I'm doing it is because there are some products that are essentials that I can just get at such a good deal there, rather than after my FabFitFun membership is over and then having to go purchase those things later on at full price. Just sounds like a nightmare to me, and I'm going to give you an example of something. I got this lip balm as a FabFitFun add-on in the winter box, and I got one. It was my first time trying it. It's Innisfree. They sell this brand at Sephora, and I think it's like, I don't know, a $20 lip balm or something, and I got it for $8. And $8 is still a lot to use on lip balms, but I am so picky about lip balms and I go through them a lot. My lips are just horridly dry. So when I find one that I really like, I want to take advantage. I don't know if they're going to have this in the add-on shop or not. I haven't been paying attention to the editor's sales and all the sales that they've had in between. So I don't know if it's going to be there. I'm really hoping that it's there. And if it is, I want to pick up a few of them because this one is almost gone. And that's in addition to two other ones that I worked my way through, which when I do an updated empties, you'll see those. They were not good though. Well, one was okay. Anyway, you'll see in that video. So if I can pick up a couple of these Innisfree lip balms, I want to do that. Or another lip balm that I'm familiar with that I know I like. And then anything additional to that, I'll explain in that video, so this one doesn't get too long. But I'm not going to allow myself to add on anything that feels indulgent. So I really do feel like I can have control in that. And this is my last box. Same for CosBox when that comes up. There are probably a few things I'm going to add on for other people, and that's not breaking my no-buy rules, but there's one thing that I want to add on for myself, but it is a very practical item. You'll see when I get to that point. So just at the time during this month that I started missing shopping, and I mean really started missing shopping, I missed it a little bit at the beginning, but the newness of the no-buy was still good enough to make me not act on it. There were a few times that I forgot, had things in my cart and was ready to check out, and then I remembered I can't do that. So that happened early on and I missed it early on, but it wasn't too bad. So just to the point where I was like really missing shopping and thinking, I can't wait till next year when I can shop again, which if that's how I am at the end of this year, I'm going to be concerned that this no-buy didn't do its job. So that's not how I expect to feel at the end of this year. I expect to have been detoxed from shopping, and hopefully with good solid boundaries and some more discipline, I can stick into a responsible way to shop where I can have shopping and be responsible at the same time. But for now, I was really missing shopping and looking forward to just being an irresponsible, indulgent shopper in the future. So right when I was getting to that point is when FabFitFun started releasing spoilers, and that settled that feeling for me. So to me, that's validation that next year I can be on a very strict low buy with subscription boxes being my fix for the shopping issue. And that was one of my strategies to not shop, would be to use subscription boxes. So I really do feel validated that that will be a successful and effective strategy moving forward. With that said, that's what inspired me to reinstate that rule over the $50, and not directly, like not to like scratch the itch of not shopping, but more so I was just thinking about boxes and how that's going to work and everything. And so that's what made me think, oh, you know, I had that rule. It was a good rule. I just wasn't good in following it. So I'm going to reinstate it. So I think the last thought I have for this no-buy update is that I still found ways to spend money. And I'm not on a no spend, I'm on a no buy. And there definitely is a difference. I don't have rules in my no buy for not going out for coffee, not going out to eat, not getting new subscription services that aren't material items. I'll explain that in a second. But I also don't really feel like I need that sort of structure because those aren't my temptations. It could turn into that, in which case I'll update my rules and make new rules for that. Generally speaking, I don't go out for coffee more than once a month, if that, during this pandemic. Non-pandemic times, I would go out for coffee maybe twice a month. So it still wasn't a ridiculous amount of times. And eating out is probably a little bit harder for me to control, but it still wasn't a horrible practice that I had. So I don't have rules for that in place. But nonetheless, it was still, I went out for coffee once and I had to because my dad won the makeup challenge that I have a video on. And so I owed him a cup of coffee. And so we went out and did that, but at least I just got him a coffee and I got me a coffee and that was that. So even though I don't have rules for that, I was still responsible there. Another way I spent money was, and I technically haven't spent money yet because I'm still in the 2-week free trial period of Discovery Plus, but I did decide to sign up for Discovery Plus because my friend signed up and is telling me all about the shows that she's watching, and she and I are really into true crime. So I felt like, you know what, I want to sign up because instead of book club, we have like crime club, and we'll watch the same episode or listen to the same podcast, and then we'll discuss it afterwards, and we'll discuss our theories and our takes on things, especially if we feel like mental health is a factor in any of it, and oftentimes it is because I'm a former mental health nurse and she's a current mental health nurse, so we like to talk about that and just our assessments in that. And so I wanted to do that. It's a fun activity that we can do. And I haven't had cable, like real cable, in years. And so all these other shows that people would talk about, I just had no idea what they were talking about in terms of design shows and cooking shows and everything. And Discovery Plus has so many of those. So I signed up for that. That's $7 a month. I still don't think that's awful. I am considering signing up for Magellan TV, and I love documentaries. So I would watch documentaries almost completely besides YouTube videos. So that I might consider, but I don't even know how much it costs. And so there's a 30-day trial on that. So I think I want to try to find a balance between choosing one or the other of those. And so for right now, I think I will do Discovery Plus until it maybe runs its course, if it ever does, and then maybe switch to Magellan. And if I feel like I want to keep both, I'll do Magellan's, or keep Discovery Plus, I'll do Magellan's 30-day trial and see how that goes and see if it's something that I feel like I need to keep. So we will determine what the responsible thing to do there with those subscriptions is, but I'm more so just disclosing that spendage to you. Okay, and lastly, I had to buy something. And one of my rules for this no buy year is that I have to disclose my purchases to you guys. So here we go. I got a new phone, which is not what I spent money on because that was free, because my husband traded in his old phone and it got me the S21 for free. So that's great, but I needed a new case. So that's my disclosure. I got a new case for my new phone, and I do consider that an essential, so I don't feel like I cheated on my no buy. I'm sure you'll agree with me on that because I am clumsy. I drop my phone, and if I don't have a case on it, it will break. So again, a necessity, but I'm still disclosing it, and I love the color of this pink phone, and I love this case, and it's really pretty. The only tiny little nitpicky thing I have to say is that the color of the phone is a little bit warmer toned than the pink flowers on the case, and I wish that those matched up a little bit better, but that's just ridiculous. So there's no way I'm buying a new case just for that. I will keep this case and I will enjoy it, and hopefully it will last the life of the phone, or at least through the year, so I don't need to buy another one. Okay, so those are my thoughts after 1 month on this no buy. What are your thoughts at this point? Do you think that I could have gotten away without any of the things that I spent money on, even though I didn't necessarily have rules on those because it's more of a no-buy? I guess I'm trying to talk you into talking me out of the money I did spend. But anyway, yeah, I would like to know your thoughts. Again, if you are doing a no-buy, please tell me how you are doing in the comments below. If you make videos, please tell me about that. I would love to know. And I really do appreciate the time you spent with me. I appreciate you, and I hope that you will continue to come back for more content on Saturdays, Tuesdays, most Mondays, and some bonus content in between. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.